Knox. That was
What's
sweet.
up, everyone? It's After Knox with the Chicago Sports Bums. I am HBIC. We got Bologna, and we got the one and only legendary Gas Money Bob. Guys, fuck it. We're late today, man. Fuck HBO. Fuck Max. Fuck all of them.
My first note was fuck Max. Fuck HBO.
Yeah, this was some bullshit. I told Jason in the text group, I made sweet love to that remote, basically. It was like I was back in high school, just jamming my finger into that remote, refreshing things left and right. I was like, what in the hell's happening?
No, I easily refreshed it 500 times.
Yeah.
Easily.
Man,
different show, but Bum of the Week, HBO Max, whatever you want to call that thing now.
Now I was bitching and crying the whole time.
I will say, before we get into the recap, I was about ready to block everyone who had cable and was watching it live and like live tweeting it. I was like, Big Cat.
Oh yeah, Big Cat was pissing me off, man.
They're all fucking a couple other people. They're all live too. I'm like, I'm about to block all these motherfuckers. Like, god damn, man. I was hating hard right there. So.
They didn't spoil anything too bad though, so that was
good. There was no spoilers, so everyone behaved. But yeah, Big Cat, Braggs, a couple of the other CHGO guys. We say we're good cop, bad cop, Jason. I know. I feel like I have a little bit more patience. Oh, look at that. We got a little rear end action from HBIC.
I did.
You said you were going to order a milkshake to calm your frustration. Did you end up doing that?
Yeah, I got a large shake from Portillo's.
Hell yeah. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
All right. Drinking.
Yeah, I mean, there you go.
That's fucking do it.
That's the way to do it.
All right, let's get to the recap show, boys, because it was a pretty good episode. Started out, with, okay, let's get to the slideshow up, Peter. Let's get it going real quick here. But the first thing it really started off with was Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham watching. I thought they had at first they had some like secret camera they were watching in live on the practices. I thought oh shit, man, they got like spy cams going on there, but it was video. I will say for this episode, again, disappointed that not enough Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham with this. This 30-second clip did not do it enough for me personally. We need more of that, and I know we're going to get that when they start doing the cuts and everything. But right off the bat, first two episodes, big fail on HBO's part for not featuring these two guys more often.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a big to-do when Ian Cunningham got hired because he was the first assistant GM in the history of the Bears. For the longest time, it was just the GM, and the front office was basically a skeleton crew. And Ryan Poles kind of revamped his front office in the way he wanted. And yeah, I agree with you, Jay. I want to see more of them. I want to see the inner workings of that relationship because they've had a long relationship prior to the Bears. So, but I did think it was interesting. At one point during this scene, Poles goes to Cunningham and he's like, 18 looks ready, right? Or he looks different this week.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, he's getting ready to play. So I was like, oh hell yeah, it's just that those little teases is what they just keep doing so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm just excited because like they're seeing it. I'm watching recaps from like JT O'Sullivan or whoever the hell is doing these things on YouTube about like just gushing over them. I'm just like, all right, dude, let's fucking go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah,
obviously the throws, the little fucking flipper to Swift, the just P to Komet, man, those things that just gets you going, gets the blood flowing,
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about that preseason game all week. I mean, it was Saturday. I've been thinking about it Sunday. We talked about it Monday on the Bumcast, and I'm still thinking about it because we haven't seen anything like that in a long time, maybe ever.
Yeah. Real quick, Chris Gonzalez, front office stuff will come later with the cuts and edge deal coming. Apparently Eberflus maybe had a little Freudian slip earlier in a press conference talking about maybe there's a move being made.
Bob, you think maybe not?
I think that was taken. Like I know whoever posted that said that, but who was it? Like Aaron Lemming.
Aaron Lemming. Yeah.
kind of like pump the brakes on that. He's like, he just doesn't think he's a good public speaker.
Yeah,
And I'm kind of siding with Aaron on that.
I saw people defending Flu, saying like, no, he was just trying to gas up the younger defensive tackles that he had.
That's what I think he was trying to do.
He was trying to do, but he did look nervous when he said maybe we have more of that coming. So
and maybe I hope I'm wrong, right?
Yeah,
let's bring in another stud. Let's go.
Yeah, but we've talked about the glow up for Eberflus for a long time, but this was his first real slip up this season, where it's like, that's a little bit of the old Flus. Kind of got to reel that in.
Yeah. All right, next slide here. Okay, so this I thought was pretty cool, and I was wondering how much they were actually going to do this, but having Caleb actually learn the cruise, and that actually blew my mind that he said it was going to take about like 2.5 years for him to go through all of the 17 different crews. You figure out there's 17 games a season. You know, maybe each crew you get once, but that's pretty crazy that it's going to take them 2.5 years. So really cool on Flus and who was that, quarterback's coach? I think that was in the scene. Just basically breaking down, saying who you got to be nice to, and
did Rolstad do the game on Saturday?
Yeah, he did. He did. He was the head. He was the head of the crew.
As I had in my notes, can't believe we won with a Rolstad crew reffing.
I love that. Five preseason games. You still gotta be. You gotta be on those. Keep those refs honest.
Seriously, I mean, and I get it. But they're teaching them to kiss their ass. I just don't like that. But whatever. I get it. I understand. I've seen the videos of Aaron Rodgers hugging the refs after getting a call and stuff. Whatever.
You got to play the game. The only person that he played the game the best, but he also was the only one that like really MF him, was Peyton Manning. I mean, Peyton Manning would go after refs like they're like they're his little brother. Yeah. And he's the only one that got away with it, and rightfully so. He was Peyton Manning. Jay, we got a couple of super chats.
Yeah, it's good. Real super chat, quick. Southside Mofo with the super sticker. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Salud, Mofo.
And Gordo, thanks, Bob, for staying awake. Yeah, Bob was a game time decision if this ran a little longer. So,
hey, Gordo, my alarm goes off at 4:30 tomorrow morning.
Damn.
Hey, there's no quit here.
Hell yeah. TWTW from Bob.
That's right. But yeah, I definitely think you need to play the game. You got to politic it, like Chris Gonzalez says. Justin Fields never got those calls with every time he get hit when he slid, and we'd all be like, "Fucking refs!" Like maybe he didn't play the game, So,
and that's what maybe this coaching staff is learning. Like we talked about last week with the slip and slide, it didn't seem like Justin Fields learned how to slide because it made me nervous every time. And now maybe they're learning from their mistakes because they know this is last chance saloon.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
All right. Next up was Rome doing his stand-up, his intro, whatever. And he brought the karaoke with it. So
he brought his own like speaker system. I don't know. It's like it's almost like the same system we bring the whiskey at Comiskey. So he was in his seat, came down with his own speaker system. Like I can respect that. He turned on the music with his phone. So he's like, hell yeah. He brought his own props.
Yeah, he definitely outshined Caleb Williams' performance, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, night and day. A little more talent from Roma Dunze on that. Yeah. It was Kiss from
Rome just seems like such a good dude, right? Like, God, like I know that like the front office and everything, they're all about like good character guys. I think they've accomplished that, man. There's a lot of like likable, good character guys on this team.
Yeah. Also, we might have to send an invite to Rome for our Bums Happy Hour and Karaoke Night, September 6th. So, be like, hey, Caleb, if you don't got practice after practice that night, whatever on Friday, come through and do some karaoke.
Bring your speaker system.
Yeah.
When is that? Friday? Friday the 6th?
Friday, September 6th at Jack's Place, 7000 West Southwest Highway in Chicago Ridge.
There's a football game that night. Packers in Brazil or whatever.
Oh yes, there is.
We
the Packers Eagles.
Jay, we know how you feel about overseas games.
I know. We'll still watch it though, for fantasy purposes.
That's a good point.
Our boy Theo, he's back. Sucks he got injured at the Hall of Fame game, but he had to give a life update. and apparently he's got a couple 2-tree ladies sliding into his DMs there. So
Yes, he does.
well, you got the quotes there, Peter. It was
Yeah, so he said he had some lady DM him and said her eagle has landed with a winky face. We don't know what that means. So good on Theo Benedict. He's parlaying that, I don't want to call it 15 minutes of fame, but he said he had a People magazine interview, and we're thinking about like, oh, he might not even make the team. Now this guy's like the star of the show.
Yeah, I've got a list of guys that it's gonna suck when they cut him, and he's one of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe he makes the team or the practice squad if he wasn't injured. But at this rate, he's probably getting cut because of injury. But it's gonna suck. Seemed like a good kid, but that's the business of football, though, right? So next up, Jalen Johnson. It was good to see Jalen being featured primarily or heavily on this episode. They started off with him asking about his snub for the NFL top 100 players and his reaction with it. Obviously, he's pissed off, but he's trying to be like, it is what it is. But you can tell now he's going to have a big chip on his shoulder. And after they did this, they showed the clips of the press conference. They showed a lot of him and Keenan Allen. He's been covering Keenan during training camp, and Keenan basically said he hasn't got a catch off him yet. And they showed those clips, and I am super excited. He looks like a guy now. He got his deal, and now he's got his deal. Plus, he's got a chip on his shoulder. I think he's going to be coming to fucking busting heads this season, and it might be Jalen Island for 2024.
Yeah, on my notes I just had Jalen exclamation point. Guy looks awesome. I mean, if you're shutting down Keenan Allen, you're shutting down one of the great wide receivers in the league. I mean, come on, the guys, and like you said, chip on his shoulder. Obviously, even after he got paid, he doesn't care.
Yeah,
it's not. I love that it's not about the money with him and DJ. Like not about the money. They're gonna still go out there and play their asses off. I love that.
Yeah, and easy way to. I mean, we were already a fan, but make us a bigger fan, especially us three meatheads. He kind of threw Aaron Rodgers under the bus, saying like, well, Aaron Rodgers only played for 4 plays or whatever. 7 seconds. And he's like, and he was still on the list. And I'm like, fuck yeah, Jalen, talk your shit.
Anybody that wants to talk shit about Aaron Rodgers, I'm here to listen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great that they showed him actually in camp getting the deflected passes. The one interception he got off of Keenan, and Keenan was like, "I thought I had it. It was in my arm. I don't know what happened there." Yeah, it's great. Like I think the defense can be much better, especially another year of Tyreek Stevenson. Just his growth and everything. And before we get to the game, Peter, like a couple things. One thing they brought up early in the episode too. We have any slides for this one, but they featured Velus Jones, heavily, and they talked about his move to running back. First off, I heard the guy talk for the first time, and he sounds 50 years old already. That was
That's what I was thinking too.
Well, he sounds like fucking grandpa, man.
He's damn close to 50. He was damn close to 50 coming out of college.
Exactly.
No, yeah. That was great. They kind of showed the rivalry, or not rivalry, but like they're playing for a spot. It was him and Ian Wheeler, a guy that was supposed to be in medical school and is now trying to be a running back for the Bears. And I thought right away, I don't know if I want my running back to be
CT? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Like I'm not so sure I need that.
Do you think he's going to make more money in the NFL or as a doctor?
Not if he can't beat out Velus Jones Jr. He's not going to make much money in the NFL.
Right, so be a doctor. You're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah. So I thought that little thing was interesting. And then the running backs coach, that was like first time I've really seen that interaction. I think Aaron had a comment earlier saying the running back coach was awesome. But I like his intensity. I like his way of going about things. Those are the little things we get to see that we don't really get to see anywhere else.
Yeah. And the thing with Elon Wheeler too. kid looks like he has some explosive speed too. Like
Fast.
hitting
He's
the
got
holes
wheels.
pretty fast. So the one thing I will say is like when they were showing the game, and I didn't get to see this because we were at the tailgate, but he muffed the punt again.
Yeah.
Like Velas, if you can't, they have to stop putting him back there, especially with the new kickoff rules. Enough with the return.
Valus Jones Stonehands on my notes.
Oh my God! Like you're trying. It sounds like he's gonna make the team just because it sounds like they're trying to give him like
Every opportunity.
Yeah, like I don't want to fire. I don't want to fire this person. Let's see if there's anything else he's good at before we fire him. Yeah. And I mean,
or maybe they're just trying to like put him out there and be like, hey, look at this guy's versatile. Who wants to give us a 5th round pick for him? You know?
Yeah, I like how like they compared him. Like Coach put me in the Percy Harvin role. Like, yeah, Percy Harvin was a dynamic player for a couple years. I was like, put that out there, and maybe some idiot bites and be like, oh, we can have the next Percy Harvin. So yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah. But we'll see if he actually makes the team or not. I personally would probably take Wheeler at this point if he's going to be either 4th running back / special teams, or they're going to move him to the practice squad. But I personally don't see any need for Jones in this case, in this team. I think we can find a better punt returner. Southside Mofo, Haverly. I don't know. Thank you though.
Or
so yeah, that
says maybe we do have the next Percy Harvin.
There you go.
We'll find out.
Glass full kind of guy.
I like it.
Or when coming out of college, they said he was the next. What's the guy from San Francisco? Debo.
Ayuk?
Oh,
Debo.
Yeah, Debo Samuels.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna hope for Debo. We're gonna get Cordell Patterson.
Hey, at this point, I would take Cordell Patterson.
As a return man, I'll take Cordell Patterson.
Good years as running. He got me some wins in fantasy, so I'll take that. But so that's the one of the big things we wanted to talk about and focus with this as well was the relationship that's building between Caleb and Rome. What's cool is like they teased it in the beginning when in practice that it's Caleb who's been like, oh sorry, that was the wrong slide, Peter. Thank you for pulling up the right one.
Yeah.
That he was actually guiding him on the routes to do and like where to cut and how to beat his man. So like Caleb's seeing the stuff, and Rome's already was considered one of the best route runners, coming out of college. So just giving them working together, and Caleb giving him those tips that what he sees from his end to help him get open. I think this is going to help Rome immensely in his growth, and these two are going to be tied at the hip for a long time.
Yeah, one of the things early in the episode was just a quick scene of Matt Eberflus and Caleb Williams talking, and they were talking about him learning the tendencies of his receivers, talking about like that's what's going to take time because you need reps to learn their little idiosyncrasies, if you will. And yesterday on the Bumpcast, we talked about the overthrow to Roma Dunze, how it was more of like an overthrow to the back of the end zone. And come to find out during this thing, it was like, oh, I wanted you to go to the back pylon. And maybe if he was there at the back pylon, he doesn't really overthrow it like a throwaway throw. Maybe it's a touchdown. So it's the little things that like are going to take time. But yeah, these two are attached to the hip. And if they could learn those things, the sooner the better. I mean, it's going to pay dividends in the long run. But I like that like Eberflus called it like matchup leaning. So it's like once you know your wide receivers and you know where they're going to be and where they're going or where you expect them to go, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What other slides we have here, Peter?
Well, they made fun. We talked about the slip and slide, and we talked about like last week, and then it came into fruition. And even I think it was Roma Dunze's mom who was in the audience, cheering on her son. She's like, "Oh, Caleb did the slide from the slip and slide." I was like, "Hell yeah, we're learning to slide, baby."
Yeah. I think, and then the one other thing we didn't have a slide for that was actually they featured too was Austin Booker. They mentioned that he was fighting for a roster spot on the show, which I don't necessarily agree with. He's a 5th round pick. You're not really going to cut a 5th round pick that no matter how raw you might think he is. And then the Hard Knocks, the announcer described him as a poor man's Max Crosby. Hey, I'll fucking take that any day of the week if he's going to be, opposite of Montez Sweat. So 2 sacks, some pressures. It looked really good on his time playing. I think this kid might have something if they can develop him properly. And I think the way that Luce and the coaching staff have brought along the defense the past, second half of last season now, and having, Montez Sweat to help coach him up and teach him as well. I think we might have something. We might have a diamond in the rough pick here if he can just develop properly.
Sack machine.
Yeah. I mean, who was it? Like, what was Mark Anderson? He was like a 4th round pick. He ended
Something
up
like
like
that,
his rookie year, like close to 10 sacks. Like, I'm not saying, he's going to have 10 sacks, but if Austin Booker can get anywhere, near that, that'd be awesome. Yeah. But yeah, I think, Montez Sweat, they called him like a multiplier because he just makes everyone better because he draws so much attention to that side of the field. If Austin Booker can translate that to like make the opposite side his side, hell yeah, I'm in. Because it wasn't just this game. Like, he obviously had a great preseason game, but like Nicholas Moriano and all these people that are there at camp every day are saying like this guy can be a guy. So it's great to see. And I mean, that just goes to more credit to Ryan Poles because like he's finding these like later round players that can make a difference.
They even said it on the show that he's 21 years old, and if he would have stayed in college, he could have gone in the first round next year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
he had a potential high grade. Did he slip though because of injury or something like that? I can't remember if that was.
I don't remember why he slipped. Maybe it was just because he played at where did he play? Kansas
I thought when he got drafted, I heard one of the commentators, the draft analyst, saying that he had a 2nd or 3rd round grade on him, and he might have been Mel Kiper saying when he did Kiper saying with his mocks that he actually had him at a higher grade, and then he slipped to the 5th, so it was a steal for Poles. And I hope he's right. I hope Mel Kiper doesn't get a lot of things right when it comes to his draft boards and shit. So, but I hope he's right on this one. So,
yeah, I agree with Southside Mofo. If he stays healthy, he could be really good.
Another noticeable thing from this episode: no punt god. I want the fucking punt god, man. Like, when are we gonna see him on Hard Knocks?
Episode 3.
We have 3 more left.
3 more left. Yeah,
it's coming.
Yeah, I think they have to, just because like
they better.
They better, or else there's gonna be 3 guys on this screen complaining about it, as if we got enough to complain about with this late ass show today. But yeah, we're ready for some Tory Taylor.
Hell yeah.
All right, before we wrap up, any final thoughts about the episode that we might have missed or not have covered?
Yeah, I got some like bullet points. Yeah, they did the fucking wave, and
they did.
Buffalo. Did you see that?
Wave sucks.
So bad.
Yeah.
I love that Trubisky got sacked. That was cool. What else? You know what? One of the things I thought you would definitely bring up that you didn't was when DJ was running through 3 guys and he's yelling, I love football. I like football.
Yes.
I'm like, I like football too.
I saw someone complain about him not getting out of bounds during the game on Saturday, and now seeing that clip, like he just wants to feel some contact. Yeah. Hell yeah, this is what you like. I mean, in the long run, maybe you want to preserve your body, but no, we love football. We love those type of guys.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, two more things. The Museum of Ice Cream in Chicago. I never even knew that. I never knew that existed.
That's a big thing
where I'm
for the
definitely
kids.
Going to go.
Hell yeah.
And then talking about possible cuts that I'm not going to be happy with. Like you feel like Wheeler and Reed and then Benedict are definitely going to get cut.
Yeah, right? They've been showing a lot of Austin Reed. There's no chance he makes this team.
And maybe a practice squad thing or something. Because you could keep 3 quarterbacks and not have it count against the
Yes, they
52
changed
man,
that.
right?
They changed the rule this year, so where you could
Yeah.
carry 3 on game day.
So you might maybe, but
yeah, Austin Reed practice squad. There is going to be a lot of those feel good stories. I think they're setting us up for at least a couple of them.
I think that. Oh, and my last note is that we're 2-0. We're undefeated. Perfect season.
That's
immaculate season. Sign me up.
One comment I wanted to touch on too before we wrap up. Chris Gonzalez, Josh Allen told him to throw it away on the late. He's like, yeah. He's like, don't do it in preseason. Like, don't take the hit in preseason. Like, good advice from the veteran. Good advice from the veteran. You know, maybe Caleb was trying to do a little bit too much in his first possession, and he's like, don't.
That was a smart. Like in a regular season game, that was such a smart play. Like to kind of just delay a little bit and take the hit.
Yeah,
it was smart.
In regular season, that might be a flag for a late hit because it was
a flag, wasn't it? I think it was.
No, they didn't flag. No. They didn't flag it for in the game.
I thought they showed that there was a flag on the field right after.
Yeah, no, but I thought so too. It was like, in the regular season it would have been a flag. But I do like that he's telling him, like, just get out of bounds. You know, it's
I mean, think about what Trubisky would have done. He would have ran out of bounds, taken a sack instead of just throwing it away or whatever. You know, like the guy's smart, man.
Yeah. Peter, any other final thoughts before we wrap up?
No, I think it was worth the wait. I don't know if they better. I'm going to say it right now. It better be 8 p.m. Central Standard Time next week. We can't be doing any of this bullshit every week. Yeah. Or I was like, I know you got to let it play out, but drop it a little early. We deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all better get a free month of HBO for this shit.
Something.
All right. So that's episode 2 of After Knocks, our Hard Knocks recap show featuring guest buddy Bob. Bob, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Everyone else, join us Monday for another episode of the Bumcast, 8 p.m. And we'll be back next Tuesday, 9 p.m.-ish. Hopefully, if Max doesn't fuck up again. We'll be back same time, same place next week. Until that, bear the fuck down, people. Have a good night,
baby.